Hello, my baby birds. Well, here I am, another week later, trying to decide how I'm gonna say this. So lately, actually, I'm not gonna lie, I had, what was it, 2 days ago? 3 days ago, I was laying in bed, and my husband asked me, "Oh, how did you sleep?" And normally it's like, yeah, I slept pretty good, whatever. No, I actually did not go to sleep that night till 2 o'clock in the morning, because we, as a collective, as a spirit, as my guides, they sat with me and we were talking, and they said, "What if they don't know they're psychic?" What? And they're like, "What if they're like you? What if they didn't know? Or what if they currently don't know?" So I'm like, how do I explain what it means and what it is to be psychic? You know, how do I explain that to somebody? So we're gonna go through it, and we're gonna do our very best to try and figure out how to fucking explain this to you. So I don't know, I think I was, oh no, I've always known, actually. I'm sitting here trying to play myself. I always knew that I was psychic, but it was like a head game to myself, you know, like I saw people be psychic, and then I was like, I want to be like that, not realizing I was already like that, because the world told me, oh no, only special people are like that. Only few people are like that. No, we're all like that. That's the part that we don't understand, or we don't realize, is we're all like that. We just have to wake it up. I was probably, when was my first conscious thought? Actually, I was like 2, but no. When I realized I was psychic, I was probably 5. I was probably 5. And it was just like random things. It was very chaotic for me to go to a store or go somewhere where there was a lot of people if I wasn't home. Because I said this once before, I physically could feel everybody in there. And not only could I feel them, but like, I could feel if you're having a bad day. I could feel if somebody pissed you off. I could feel if you're happy. I could feel if you're sad. I could literally feel if somebody just died in your family. You wouldn't even have to tell me. I just felt that. But I'm not saying that's for everybody. That's just how I was. And I can't say that it's a cookie cutter explanation for everybody. We all had our own experiences that kind of put us on the map, and we didn't realize it was. I also remember, and this, like I said, just recently I woke up to the idea that I wasn't just, it's not just me up here, okay? So I always used to think that my internal monologue was myself. Sorry, I'm moving, so there's boxes back there, but I always felt like my internal monologue was myself. And then slowly, as I started to progress through my own magic, I started to realize that my internal monologue were my guides. They were my spirit guides. They were my gods. They were family members. They were my past lives speaking to me. And I don't know why it never connected, that I was hearing things that weren't from me. I fucking sound crazy. Like, and it's not even just a, you know what? Okay, I have to realize I'm married. I'm married to Normie, okay? My husband does not have any spiritual awareness. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but it just doesn't faze him. It just doesn't, nothing moves him, okay? The man has come to this life to experience the physical. He didn't come to this life to experience God. He didn't come to this life to experience the extra. He came to this life to experience the physical. And I was told that. I had to be told that, because I kept wanting to express and think that he was supposed to be with God. And I literally was told by him, like, no, it's okay. He doesn't have to. Your husband is fine. He's happy. He's healthy. Everything is okay. It honestly wasn't until I got with my husband that I started to realize how not normal I was. Because I would tell him, this person's feeling this way. This person's feeling this way. This is how this is. And he would be like, I don't know about that. Like, I don't think you're, I don't know. How do you? And then sure as fuck, I would say, this is how they're feeling. And then this person would come out and be like, yeah, I'm feeling this way. And I would just look at him like, oh, really? So it was always things like that. Like, I could literally pick up on it. It was like it was being thrown in my face, and they didn't even have to say anything. They just were in front of me, and I had a full picture already without them even speaking a single fucking word to me. It was weird. I couldn't understand it, but I thought that was normal. I thought that's what everybody did. And then, so me thinking everybody does it because I've grown up around psychics. Like, I've had people in my life that were also psychic, and I don't know, they just seem spectacular to me. They always seem like they were just a little bit extra, and then here I am having all this discussion in my head, and I'm like, nah, I'm just crazy. I have to share this with you because I recently, as of today, have shared my very first time my psychic vision with somebody other than immediate family. And that's because I'm being not physically yelled at, but like the message is coming in so strongly that I have to share it. It is coming in so strongly that going to sleep, I'm woken up in the middle of the fucking night. Hey, have you told them yet? What? So I told a friend of mine, her husband's sick right now. And the second I heard they were sick, all I could hear on the other side was, he's okay. He's okay. And I'm watching. I'm continuously seeing this individual get worse. I'm seeing things happening that I'm just like, are you sure? Are you fucking sure he's okay? Because I'm not seeing okay. And then I hear, no, he's fine. Don't worry about it. He's okay. Okay, how? And I'm sitting here like praying up a storm. My family is praying up a storm. Their family is praying up a storm for this family. And then I keep hearing, no, they're fine. Don't worry about it. Well, then I start to worry about it. And then because I'm worrying about it, I'm hearing, well, have you told them yet? Well, why don't you go tell them? Why don't you go tell them that he's okay? I don't think that's my place. I physically thought this wasn't my place, but I'm being sent messages that tell me he's okay. You need to go tell them. You need to go tell them. They need to hear this from you. Okay, so I reach out to my friend and I tell her, actually we're related, like distant related, okay? Which makes it even better for me because I felt like I was just reaching out to family. So I reach out to her and I tell her everything. I tell her I am a physical psychic medium. I'm receiving a message and I need you to hear it, you know? And what I tell her, I literally told her, he is fighting so strong. God hears him and he doesn't want to go and we're not going to let him go. When she texts me back and tells me, we just had a psychic medium come tell us almost the exact same thing that you just said. Oh. And I'm sitting here in my fucking thoughts, in my head, losing my mind, racking around. I swear to God, I texted her this morning and it took her maybe an hour to answer back. I don't blame her. It was early when I texted her and life fucking happens. But because of that happening, oh my God, I just shared a message from the other side. I don't know if she's in tune. I don't know if she's tapped into the magic. I don't know if she's even okay with the thought of psychics, but I'm being told you gotta tell her. Okay. So I tell her, and she tells me that she just had a psychic medium tell her the exact same thing, that it is not his time to go. So I'm reading her message, and then I get another message. You need to tell him that something around him is making him sick. I don't know what that means. I don't know what the fuck that means. But I keep hearing toxic family is making him sick. Toxic behavior is making him sick. Toxicity is making him sick. So I have to fucking tell her. I sent her a message, a long message. And all I can sit there and think is like, is this what it is? Is this what I've been listening to my whole life? And finally it got loud enough that I couldn't keep it quiet and it made me share? Have I been suppressing it this whole time? Because I'm telling you, there were times when messages like this would come and I would just be like, nah, just shut up, dude. Just get down. Go talk it out over there. Don't talk to me. I don't want to hear it. Because it's not, I didn't think it was real. I thought I was making it up. I didn't realize we were talking about it. I thought I was making it up. And it wasn't until I started finding my gods and God that I started listening to what the message had to tell me. Because when I put up my first video on here, I was strictly, I did not follow God. I didn't follow God. Hell no. You couldn't convince me. I wouldn't touch that shit with a, what is it, a 9-foot pole? No, wouldn't touch it. Wouldn't do it. But recently, I think I shared it in the last video, I had a real discussion because I was hurting. I was still hurting. And we had such a real discussion that I feel like God gave me the gift of having my other gods. He's like the comfort blanket that just gets to surround me while I break down little things with each God. That's what I'm feeling. And it's not, it's not even conflict. It's not conflict, it's resolution. That's what I'm hearing. It's not conflict, it's resolution. We're not fighting anymore. We have answers. We know where they're coming from. It's me. It's always been me. It's always been me. It's always been me. You just had to hear me, and like, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I didn't know how to communicate to you, but it's always been me. All of them are me. I'm sorry, I just got like, I don't let spirits channel through me because I don't like feeling their dead energy. But the gods, I allow them to come through me and I tell them, please let me hear you. Because they always have such a beautiful story. They always feel so good. One of the things that I learned when I started developing my psychic ability more was I learned how to close myself off to unwanted energy. And when I say unwanted energy, I'm talking about the negative. I'm talking about the ghosts. I'm talking about the evil. I'm talking about the dead, okay? And I'm not saying all dead are evil. Some dead don't even know they're dead. But when we get to this point of being aware of our physical self and being aware of our spiritual self together in link, it is so important for us to have the capability of closing that door when we don't want something to come through it. I had to understand, before I could ever become the physical medium that I am, I had to learn how to defend myself. And I'm not saying with crystals or with sage or with, that's exterior. That's mentally making you feel good, okay? I'm saying the mental needs to be so strong nothing can break it. And I know that's really hard to understand because a lot of us who are psychic, we are also dealing with depression. We're dealing with anxiety. We also have ADHD. Some of us have schizophrenia. Some of us have BPD. Like, our mental health is in crap because we're also dealing with the other side. I have had a panic disorder. I have ADHD, and I was chronic anxiety. I don't know. I can't even remember what it was. I was diagnosed with so many different anxiety disorders that I used to just joke that I was a walking anxiety. Like, that's all I was. And it didn't matter how much I tried to fix this stuff, tried to make my anxiety better. I tried to fix my, not fix, but like assist my ADHD. And I realized that, and I'm not saying this is for everybody, and I swear to you, I'm not telling you to stop anything, okay? It is necessary for some of us. It is absolutely necessary. But like, when I started to accept the fact that I was psychic and that the extra energy that I was intaking from other places that I didn't realize I was doing was what was causing the anxiety. It took me so long to realize that I create the barrier. I have Palo Santo. I have all these things. I have physical things to protect myself, but it has to start up here. Like, there's nothing we can do about it. We have to start up here. And if you wake up one day and you're like, fuck, I am psychic, this is what I've been dealing with, your first thing you should do is say, okay, nothing can touch me. And you say that so many fucking times until you believe it. Until you fucking believe it. Like, the thing with becoming psychic is no longer, you're not fighting the outside world anymore. You're realizing you're fighting in here. And I know that's so hard because you're like, how do you know you're psychic and not fucking mentally ill? Well, bitch, I might be both. But it hasn't steered me in the wrong direction. So until it starts making me go downhill, we'll be okay. It was so important as a child for myself to unknowing I put up defenses for myself. I put up such strong defenses when I was a child that literally nothing could touch me as an adult. And I always tell people this, children magic is so strong because it's so pure, because there's no direct influence yet. So I was a child protecting myself, even though I was scared of the dark, even though these things were telling me horrible stuff, nothing could physically touch me, and I physically did not see what was unwanted. When it comes to the dead, I don't want to see you dripping blood. I don't want to see you cut up. I don't want to see you in your death state. Nope. I won't see you in your death state. I'm here to observe, not absorb. And if you show me in your death state, I will absorb that because it makes me sad. Because I'm so empathic that I will feel that pain. And it sucks. But if you are coming to me to help you move on, you have to come to me in a state that is before that. You have to. We have, as psychics, we have the ability to control how the other side comes to us. And I'm not gonna lie, most of us have ADHD, but it's because our brain are so high functioning, we have to. We have to be able to multitask, which is insane because people don't realize how much we're multitasking. I always make the joke with my family, I'm 80% of the time in here and 20% of the time out here. So 80% of the time, I'm having a discussion up here. I'm helping somebody move on. I'm doing the work mentally. And then somebody comes talk to me. My kids need something. I hear my children running around. I'm like, okay, hold on. I don't give a fuck what we're doing. Y'all give me a break. And then I come and deal with what I have to. But it's because I've had to put that much order into what I'm doing. It's so hard being psychic because we don't realize we're being overrun by the dead. We don't realize that their energy, they've come to this point where they're already passed on. They're already dead. They don't believe boundaries apply to them anymore. Especially if they're malicious, especially if they're not kind. They don't believe that boundaries are included in their realm anymore. So they bully you and they'll pick on you and they make you think all these fucking horrible things because they don't want you to realize the potential that you have. They don't want to realize what's in here. They don't want you to realize what's in here. They already saw it and they're like, oh shit, that's why we gotta fucking like close it down. Because if you realize, it's game over. If you wake up, it's fucking game over. And that's what my daughter tells me all the time. She's so funny. She says, Mom, I want to be a ghost hunter when I get older. And she knows I'm a psychic. And she's like, will you come with me? I guess. And of course I'll come with her. One, because I'm going to spiritually protect her and whoever the fuck she goes with. And two, why not? It'd be fun. I've always wanted to ghost hunt, and being in this state, I never intentionally put myself in these situations because I was always scared of something coming with me. But I have strongly gotten to the position where it's, you don't touch me. You don't get to come home with me. You do not move unless I say so. And I'm not saying that they're not going to physically do their own thing. Of course, they're spirits. They're moving. They're going to do their own thing. But I've made myself so protected. I'm here to observe. I'm not here to absorb. You don't get to attach yourself to me. Dude, being psychic is weird. I don't even have words for it. I sit here sometimes and I'm like telling these stories out loud and I'm like, does anyone even want to hear this? This is crazy. Being psychic is crazy. And some of us don't even know that we're doing it. Some of us don't even know that we're doing it. Ugh, I don't know. I love you. I'm gonna go walk because I feel like my brain needs to process some of this stuff. Please have a good day. I hope you're safe.